Trump flipped the table and the Fed withdrew its measures. Did the king of currencies, Bitcoin, suffer a blow? Bitcoin 8 Moon Mercury retrograde. Past 12 only 4 it has been rising for years. Can it be broken this year? Ethereum ascends the throne wearing a gold chain, appreciating 3,600 times in 10 years, silencing Satoshi Nakamoto and Jensen Huang. With a U.S. government advisor and a market capitalization of $2.3 billion, why has Pudgy Penguins become the chosen one in the crypto world? MicroStrategy would rather go to jail than sell its Bitcoin. Can 628,000 Bitcoins be a get-out-of-jail-free ticket? Touching porcelain OpenAI flip, then make a profit 3.86 million Robinhood operation is really magical.
Friday, August 1st, BitcoinTV English channel. Where is the coin chain? I'm Michael, and I'm here to share the 24-hour cryptocurrency headlines. The macroeconomic situation has been swirling again. Trump's executive order has directly imposed the toughest tariffs in history, slapping tariffs on 67 countries. 15%, and Canada is even worse, 35% plus 40% transshipment tax, leaving no face for friends. Although the tariffs originally scheduled for August 1st were postponed to August 7th to give everyone time for negotiations, the market immediately became nervous. Looking at the Federal Reserve, everyone was originally looking forward to a rate cut in September, but now, the probability of a rate cut has dropped to 38.2%, and the probability of no interest rate has soared to 61.8%. The market immediately felt half cold. As emotions got excited, Bitcoin also went on a roller coaster ride, going from 119,000 to the dollar plunged 114,000. The US dollar rebounded to 118,500 the US dollar. This wave of pin-shaped volatility has seen both bulls and bears mingling, with stop-loss orders flying and liquidity crashing. Fortunately, the trend hasn't broken. The main force may be just a market shakeout. Next, it depends on what the Federal Reserve says and whether the negotiations can stabilize the market. Perhaps Bitcoin can leverage this momentum to regain its momentum. US Ethereum ETF saw a net inflow of $54 billion, a record-breaking figure. This suggests that not only is the king of cryptocurrencies favored, but Ethereum is also beginning to win the hearts of institutions, potentially catching up to a wave of major asset rebalancing. Data shows that 64 institutions collectively hold over $10.5 billion in Ethereum, with strategic positions fully capped. Yesterday, the US Bitcoin ETF experienced a sudden drop in funds, with a net outflow of $115 million in a single day, breaking its previous upward trend. But don't panic. July still saw a combined total of nearly $6 billion, still one of the strongest months for inflows since the ETF's launch. While some ETFs experienced outflows, RKB lost $89.9 million, and FBTC and GBTC also saw some losses. IBIT amassed a staggering $186 million, and BTCO also raked in $85 million. It's clear that some were taking advantage of the month-end rebalancing to profit. Bitcoin also followed suit, its fluctuations mirroring the ETF's trajectory. As long as ETH continues to attract money and Bitcoin ETF does not suffer a series of upsets, the market heat will remain. Next, keep an eye on who is attracting a lot of money, as they may be the ones to take advantage of the trend. August is a truly Mercury retrograde month for Bitcoin. CoinGlass's historical data reveals that only 4 of the past 12 years have seen gains, with the remaining 8 ending in the red. While 2017 saw a spectacular surge of 65.32%, 2015 also saw a brutal drop, with a single-month decline of 18.67%. While the average return is still plus 1.75%, the median is minus 8.04%, demonstrating that August is often unfavorable for Bitcoin. The current broader environment is also concerning. ETF funds are significantly cooling. The Federal Reserve remains hesitant about whether to cut interest rates, and Trump's high tariffs are adding to the confusion. Amidst this intertwined policy uncertainty and market volatility, August is likely to remain a period of high volatility. Those who act rashly could be caught in a trap. However, from another perspective, institutions are continuing to invest heavily. To date, crypto finance companies including Strategy, Metaplanet, and SharpLink have accumulated holdings of over $100 billion worth of digital assets. Bitcoin accounts for the majority of this holding, with a reported holding of 791,662 coins, representing approximately $93 billion at the current market price and 3.98% of the global circulating supply. This demonstrates the continued strength of institutional long-term confidence. Please like and follow us to get the latest updates in the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and mining circles within 24 hours. Click the bell to join the channel and become a member. You will receive your membership code from Monday to Friday. 10 years ago, you ignored it. 10 years later, you can no longer afford it. Who would have thought that Ethereum, which was once ridiculed as a virtual currency, has now transformed into the world's most powerful money-printing machine? In the past 10 years, the market value of Bitcoin has increased by 300 billion times, Nvidia 150 times. Ethereum's market value increased by 3,600 times. It can be said that Bitcoin and Nvidia are being rubbed on the ground. This wave of operations, even the Wolf of Wall Street would call it an expert. The Ether machine. I recently went on a social media platform and I can't think of a better way to celebrate my birthday than shopping. So I casually scanned 15,000 Ethereum as a birthday gift. Now their Ethereum inventory has piled up to 334,757, worth approximately 120. But people say that their pocket money has not been spent yet and there is still money in their account. 4.07 billions of dollars are ready to increase their holdings at any time. This wave of operations really is like hoarding Ethereum like discounted eggs in the supermarket.
The Ether machine purchased nearly 15,000. The Ether machine's move sparked heated discussion on the community. Many users expressed surprise and confidence in the company's performance, with some calling it a very serious accumulation. Others, however, expressed greater optimism about Ethereum's long-term value. Another user suggested that the Ether machine should regularly publish its net asset value, similar to Bitmine, to enhance transparency. According to the latest data, the Ether machine holds 334,757 ETH, making it the third largest corporate ETH reserve in the world, surpassing the Ethereum Foundation. SharpLink Gaming ranks second with approximately 438,200 ETH, while Bitmine Immersion Technologies holds over 566,000 ETH, maintaining its position as the world's largest ETH reserve.
Well, we're doing our best to accumulate capital every single day through ATM facilities as well as using other mechanisms. We're earning yield every day on our existing Ether, and nearly every day we're buying more Ether and staking it immediately.
Will Ethereum be even more powerful in the next decade? It's already among the top 30 in global market capitalization, surpassing Meta, TSMC, Visa, and MasterCard. But this may not even be the halfway point. Even if its TVL increases 100-fold, it's still barely reaching 2% of global finance. Even if its users increase 100-fold, it's still only 1 billion, while Visa and MasterCard have already issued 3 billion cards. This financial engine, which has been thrashing for a decade, has already seen trillions of dollars flow through it, with stablecoins alone trading $20 trillion annually. Ethereum's price is also fueled by more than a barrel of oil. Spot ETFs and strategic reserves are already being rolled out, with a third launch coming in October, a staking-enabled ETF offering an additional 3% annualized return. This is a true three-pronged strategy. L2. The track is now rolling up, Arbitrum and Optimism. These two big brothers have already established themselves at the table with many users and a complete ecosystem, zk-Sync and Starknet. Relying on zero-knowledge proof technology, the technical approach is both fast and secure, attracting a large number of fans. Unwilling to fall behind, everyone competes for either TPS or project size, creating a blockchain version of Involution 2.0. Amidst this intense competition, Pengu's price soared 500% in a single month, directly propelling the underlying company, Abstract Chain, to the forefront of trending searches.
Right, especially in Web3. Like Pudgy, we never stop building. If you look at our event calendar for last year, we were in New York, we were in KBW, in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Bali, in Japan, right? This year, like you mentioned about Asia Tour, we're going to be in Malaysia, Vietnam, Korea, Japan, right? And maybe India as well for the first time this year. So, as long we keep showing up, we keep penetrating different verticals, whether it's events or games or whatever distribution channel it is.
The Ether Machine purchased nearly 15,000. The Ether Machine's move sparked heated discussion on the community. Many users expressed surprise and confidence in the company's performance, with some calling it a very serious accumulation. Others, however, expressed greater optimism about Ethereum's long-term value. Another user suggested that the Ether Machine should regularly publish its net asset value, similar to Bitmine, to enhance transparency. According to the latest data, the Ether Machine holds 334,757 ETH, making it the third largest corporate ETH reserve in the world, surpassing the Ethereum Foundation. SharpLink Gaming ranks second with approximately 438,200 ETH, while Bitmine Immersion Technologies holds over 566,000 ETH, maintaining its position as the world's largest ETH reserve.
The Abstract Chain project has some credible credentials. Backed by Pudgy Penguins fans, it's easy to get started, and it's staying on track with regulatory compliance. It was recently revealed at the end of July that they participated in a US crypto legislation consultation and submitted applications for NFT and token spot ETFs, quite significant activity. The ecosystem focuses on-chain star chasing, creating a buzz. The technology is also quite aggressive, saving money while helping newcomers avoid pitfalls, clearly aiming for breakthrough. However, despite its popularity, the chain currently relies on meme coins, particularly Pingu, which also fueled the popularity of Abster and Newt. Once the hype fades, it's anyone's guess whether the chain's popularity will remain. More importantly, Abstract has yet to issue a governance token, and its incentive loop remains in place. Officials say they plan to launch an identity system and interactive modules in Q4, and will also collaborate to expand the ecosystem. But while things are exciting, ultimately, it depends on users' commitment to daily use to ensure its continued success.
Last year, he was still stubborn. This year, the collective all-in has seen a surge in crypto holdings by global listed companies. 78%. From face-slapping scene to token maniac. Was the courage given to Robinhood by Fish Liang?
At the beginning of last year, global listed companies held a combined $90 billion in cryptocurrencies. A year later, that skyrocketed to $160 billion, nearly doubling. This surge was primarily driven by companies known as crypto reserve companies, AMA. Market gains were one factor, but more importantly, these companies' stock prices often exceeded their net asset values, leading investors to view them more optimistically than the assets themselves. A recent Deloitte report further fueled the trend, stating that 99% of CFOs at large companies now intend to hold crypto assets long-term. This is particularly true for those at companies with revenue exceeding $10 billion, where 40% already indicate they intend to invest within 2 years. In this trend, who are the first to take action and the most daring? It's of course familiar faces like Tether and Strategy. They just released their financial reports. Let's take a look.
Tether's Q2 financial report shows that the company's business continues to expand. It holds $127 billion in U.S. Treasury bonds, with a net profit of $4.9 billion in Q2, and has invested in more than 100 companies. Currently, its Bitcoin holdings have reached approximately 100,521. Although Coinbase lost $307 million due to a data breach in Q2, it made a net profit of $1.43 billion, and its trading volume reached $237 billion. Month-on-month revenue fell 39%, and spot trading volume fell by more than 30%. Coinbase in Q2, the company increased its holdings by 2,509 bitcoins, bringing its total holdings to 11,776.
And you've got a treasury, maybe you're going to put 20-30% of your treasury into cash because you need it to make payroll or do something 6 months out. You would want a stable instrument. But if you could find some Bitcoin-backed money market type thing, credit instrument that yielded double what you would get from a normal money market, this might be interesting to you.
MicroStrategy reported record revenue of $14 billion and net profit of $10 billion. This quarter, the company spent another $2.46 billion to purchase 21,021 bitcoins at an average cost of $117,256. Its current holdings reach 628,791 bitcoins, representing approximately 3% of the global circulating supply. However, in early July, the law firm Pomerantz filed a class action lawsuit against investors who held Strategy shares between April 30, 2024, and April 4, 2025.
At the beginning of last year, global listed companies held a combined $90 billion in cryptocurrencies. A year later, that skyrocketed to $160 billion, nearly doubling. This surge was primarily driven by companies known as crypto reserve companies, AMA. Market gains were one factor, but more importantly, these companies' stock prices often exceeded their net asset values, leading investors to view them more optimistically than the assets themselves. A recent Deloitte report further fueled the trend, stating that 99% of CFOs at large companies now intend to hold crypto assets long-term. This is particularly true for those at companies with revenue exceeding $10 billion, where 40% already indicate they intend to invest within 2 years. In this trend, who are the first to take action and the most daring? It's of course familiar faces like Tether and Strategy. They just released their financial reports. Let's take a look. Last month, Robinhood made a splash at Cannes with its tokenization initiative, attracting a swarm of developers and nearly blowing up its phone lines. It also made a bold move, issuing equity tokens in Europe, similar to those launched by OpenAI and SpaceX. This seemingly impressive move was quickly slapped back by OpenAI officials, and Lithuanian regulators swiftly visited the company for an inspection. This was a complete showdown. A complete bummer. However, this rebel brokerage has proven to be resilient, with impressive business figures and a surge in buzz and attention, leaving even traditional Wall Street leaders in awe.
Robinhood reported strong second quarter earnings, with crypto revenues surging 98% year-over-year to $160 million. Total net revenues surged 45% year-over-year to $989 million. And net profit soared 105% year-over-year to $386 million. Despite exceeding expectations, the stock price saw a slight pullback after hours. CEO Vladimir Tenov is actively promoting asset tokenization to seize the global crypto financial market.
So I think in the future, crypto technology will power trading and all sorts of financial services, including trading in stocks and other TradFi assets. So the two will fully merge. And I think Robinhood will play a big role in that because we're actually one of the few, maybe the only, that has a very high-scale crypto business and a high-scale traditional financial services business.
The crypto world is very hot this quarter, with trading volume soaring to $28 billion and market capitalization soaring to over $3.36 trillion. Robinhood is now selling like crazy, while $2 billion acquisition Bitstamp. While aggressively attacking the European market, the company is developing its own public blockchain to tokenize all high-end assets, such as equity and real estate. Tenev also said that he wanted to be a bridge between traditional finance and the crypto world, which clearly shows that he wants to crush the contempt chain of Wall Street. The most amazing thing is that he just had a copycat incident. OpenAI, after the mistake of token, they continued to promote the tokenization of various assets. This is a mental quality that no one can match. Netizens couldn't help but complain. It is recommended to change the name to Robinhood, the indestructible cockroach, the tokenization maniac, Tenev. But then again, if retail investors could really buy raised shares with just a click of a finger, the financial world would be in for a major earthquake. Now it depends on whether the regulators will let this fire continue to burn.
Trump strikes again. With an executive order, Canada's tariffs are directly escalated from 25% to 35%, effective August 1st. Canadians, thank you. Do you want this blessing? The 10th anniversary NFT giveaway has concluded, with 780,000 torches being snapped up by 660,000 addresses. Don't worry if you didn't get one. You'll have to wait another 10 years for the next 10th anniversary. Facing the question of chips have backdoors, NVIDIA responded quickly, absolutely not. Hackers want to control it remotely? No way. Netizens joked. What about the Windows? Hackers easily withdraw $44 million from an engineer's computer, leading to a single cell in a Bangalore detention center. HackerOS. Thanks to my friend for the login information. Pump.fun registered quietly. Fee.pump.fun appears to be a fee dashboard or trading incentive program. Investors are eager to see if they can get away with it. Is this a giveaway or a scam?
Okay, that's the main content of today's program. Our channel focuses on valuable news in the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and mining circles, including news information and in-depth special reports. If you think our channel is valuable, you are welcome to forward and follow us. You can also become our member and receive the member wealth code from Monday to Friday. Let's get rich together and add a zero to our assets in the bull market. See you tomorrow.